Okay, welcome to a mixed reality demonstration of a program called 3D Organon, and what I would argue is a reason not to be using this program. So it is actually very interesting and very exciting to be able to have a three-dimensional body in front of you, or the lungs, the circulatory system, whatever we really want to look at is very, very valuable. However, we are limited to anatomy, so that becomes a problem. But also perspective. I cannot rotate this body. I can pull it apart and I can start going through stuff in this body, and I can start talking about all the heart and all of its vessels. But I want to show you from my perspective. I want to be able to pull this whole heart out. I want to be able to expand it and make it larger. And then it's just not built for that. I also cannot write notes in this system and explain to you what I'm talking about. And so we have some limitations. Even though 3D Art Organon is a very powerful system, you're limited to what you can do within this system. Which means if I wanted to teach a criminal justice class and I wanted to describe a crime scene in a room, or if I wanted to teach an aviation course and I wanted to describe an airplane and aerodynamics, I can't load a an engine in here and write notes on it and expand it or anything like that. We would need a whole nother 3D aviation on and 3D crimin on. And those licensing programs yearly would get incredibly expensive. So I think for a study space for anatomy and physiology students, this is very valuable. If I wanted to come in here and log in and just basically memorize the lungs, right? Lungs, great. No other data really available to me about the lungs, about the circulatory system, and what this lung, what's the deal with it? The mandible, and what do we have to watch out for? And when we're talking about the heart and a heart attack, and here's the muscles. What about cardiomegaly? What about the right and left muscles getting too big and not being flexible anymore? What about the left anterior descending? Well, none of that is clickable. We just have a muscle and an explanation. So as you can see, this is more like an atlas for me to be able to memorize names, locations, but not really to get into the nitty-gritty of disease processes or describe and notate what happens when these ventricles fail, or where's the bundle of his, and when our SA node fails, and what happens, and what's Wolf Parkinson's white, and why is it happening with. That's what I want to teach. All right.